The Browns basically did nothing on trade deadline day. It's the big trade day of the year. We're expecting multiple more moves, and Andrew Berry's sitting there twiddling his thumbs. I'm pissed off. I'm frustrated. What the F? We virtually did nothing on trade deadline day. Welcome into the Browns Report, folks. I'm your host, Joey O'Donoghue, and this is what we have to show for trade deadline day. Your big move, your only move, Cleveland Browns, is trading Joe Tryon-Shoyinka to the Bears in a late-round pick swap. And don't get me wrong, I don't hate the move. Hooray, great. We got a sixth. But where's the Browns are buyers? Where's the big move Cleveland was supposed to make? Browns insider Mary Kay said the Browns may have inquired about Garrett Wilson. Well, I don't know. We may have? We might have? My God, I'd love Garrett Wilson to have any sort of chance to come to the Cleveland Browns. But the Browns added no players on Tuesday's trade deadline. As expected, they hung on to Myles Garrett, David Njoku, and other starters. You got no one. You didn't look at any of our positions of needs. The wide receiver room, quite frankly, it's disgusting. According to PFF, out of 128 possible wide receivers with PFF grades, we have the 93rd ranked, 107th, 115th, and 120th. Those are our four wide receivers at the moment. And you didn't get anyone. Other teams got wide receivers. Jakobi Meyers to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Rashid Shaheed to the Seattle Seahawks. Adonai Mitchell was apparently available. The Jets got him. The guy who ran a 4.3. And we're sitting there, sticking with nothing. Where is the Adam Schefter report that told us the Browns are likely to be buyers and not sellers? All we did was sell an expendable DL. It's frustrating. It makes no sense. I don't know what else to say. Where's the new wide receiver? Where's the new offensive lineman? You have not watched the first 9 weeks of the season? Have you not noticed we need to make a move? Our offense never scores 20. It's like they want to stay mid. They want to be mediocre. I mean, that's what this tells me. Our defense is good. Our offense isn't. What do? Nothing. It's not what you should do. Here's the deal with the Cleveland Browns quote-unquote rebuild, because I think a lot of people are confused. A lot of experts think, well, the Browns could have just gone full rebuild mode. No. They're not one of those teams. You see, Cleveland, at the moment, still has the second-ranked defense in the National Football League. In terms of total defense, yards allowed, we're top 2. The defense is still strong through 9 weeks of the season. A traditional rebuild looks a little bit more like what the New York Jets did, okay? That is not what the Cleveland Browns would go out and do because we have a solid defense. I genuinely feel if we addressed our offensive needs, we would be in contention for the playoffs this season because of how good this defense is. The Jets blowing everything up looks something like this. Trade away your star Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner. What do they get? In return, 3 first-round picks and a second-round pick. They also get Adonai Mitchell and Mozzie Smith. Again, Adonai Mitchell was available. Was anyone going to tell me that? Tell the Cleveland Browns that? But that's a full rebuild. They have 5 first-round picks for the next 2 years, right? I mean, would you really want Cleveland to do that? Like, guess what? The Jets are going to suck for years now. They blew up their defense. And they're probably going to suck for like 5 years, but they're going to have multiple first-rounders to go out, rebuild, and fully draft new players. We're not at that point. We have, like I said, the second-ranked defense. If the Cleveland Browns were to do a full rebuild, like what the Jets did, you're looking at some crazy possibilities. You're looking at trading Myles Garrett, trading Denzel Ward. It's virtually what New York did. Trading Njoku, who's on a contract year. Trading Batonio, Teller on contract years. Trading your number one, Jeudy, potentially, who's had a bad start to the season as well. I mean, that's what blowing it up would look like. And if Sauce Gardner gets 2 first-round picks, oh my goodness, what would Myles Garrett get in a package? What would Denzel Ward get in a package? But we're not there. Don't blow it up. Just start winning football games. It's that effing simple, Browns. I'm furious that we remained stagnant on the biggest trade day of the season. This is why I'm pissed off that you did nothing. Because Myles Garrett is playing at literally Defensive Player of the Year level once again. 5 sacks in a game where we get blown out. Does that not tell you that we have a defense that's putting in the work all season long and an offense that is completely harming our chances of victory every single Sunday? The Browns not making any moves they're trying to tell us their season's over. They don't care anymore. They're done. You're giving up. I was never giving up. Call me crazy. We're going to look at the AFC North standings in just a moment here. And I really think that if you fix this offense ASAP, you would actually contend. If you watch Browns games, and I know all of you do, I know you watch with me, are you seeing what I'm seeing? The defense keeps us in it. The offense fails to convert at the other end. You'd contend if you fixed your offensive issues. And are we going to be able to get an offensive line, a wide receiver, figure out our quarterback? Are we going to be able to fix all of that while we have this window of a good defense? Is that going to take years? And all of a sudden, Myles Garrett's well over 30. All of a sudden, Denzel Ward's on a contract year. He's only signed for a couple more years. Myles Garrett wants out next year if we suck. I mean, why not go out and do something before it's impossible to make a trade? You have to, in the offseason, completely rebuild your offensive line and wide receiver room and figure out your quarterback before it's too late. Like, seriously, what is the defense going to look like in 3 years by the time you somewhat have the offense figured out? Where's the game plan, Andrew Berry? What's the logic? Did they miss out, Browns fans? What would you have wanted the Browns to do today? Comment below what you think they did or didn't do well. I want to know what you were hoping to see, Browns fans, because I'm honestly frustrated that all we saw was Tryon Shoyinka going to the Chicago Bears. It's your blockbuster of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Comment it below. We've got a lot more to talk about Cleveland Browns related, but I do have to tell you that this episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. The hard-hitting football action is even better with Prize Picks. The weather might be changing, but the feeling of being right never gets old. So keep the season rolling on Prize Picks by getting $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Football is in full swing now on Sundays. All is right with the world, and I'm big into daily fantasy with Prize Picks. I'm obsessed with it because it makes all the games more entertaining. And before the Browns play, I lock in on all my players in my lineup and their player projections. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on at least 2 player stats. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. Follow other Prize Picks players directly on the app and copy their lineups in one click. Whether it's a friend, a celebrity partner, or just someone whose picks you like, hit the follow button and check out every lineup they create in the new feed tab on Prize Picks. That's exactly what I did with my good friend here at Chat Sports, Mitchell Renz, who's got a Raiders-themed Thursday Night Football lineup. Bo Nix, more than 21.5 pass completions. Ashton Genty, more than 24.5 receiving yards. And Brock Bowers, more than 6.5 receptions. I just showed you Jakobi Meyers isn't in Las Vegas anymore. Expect Bowers to get a lot of catches. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Guys, why I'm so adamant about this? Here are the standings. This would have been the year where the North is wide open. Burrow's hurt. Lamar missed a bunch of games and the Ravens went on a slide. Pittsburgh. I'll never believe in the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm sorry. They do this every year. They sneak into the wild card spot and they lose in the first round. Have you ever seen the Pittsburgh Steelers make the Super Bowl in the last 10 years? No, they're just above 500 every year. And have they made noise? No. This would have been the year. Guys, don't laugh at me, but we're still 3 games back of first. It's not over. Dylan Gabriel just isn't it, though. Just stop it. Just stop it. I've seen enough. I'm over it. That's the truth. He can't throw the ball deep. Our offense has looked worse than ever, perhaps. Now, that being said, we're going to destroy the Jets now because they trade away their best players, and it's probably going to look somewhat like that Dolphins game, I would imagine, where Gabriel doesn't even need to be on the field. We just wildcat to Judkins. He'll put it in the end zone himself. I'll get hyped up about that. We're going to love it, and the defense is going to dominate the New York Jets. But what I don't understand, why is everyone commenting saying we need to draft our quarterback? Why are the experts saying, well, now Cleveland could get their quarterback in the draft? Every quarterback that comes here sucks. We don't develop quarterbacks. We haven't had success drafting quarterbacks. What are you talking about? Is that not evidenced by every time a quarterback leaves Cleveland in the past decade, they flourish? Baker Mayfield is in MVP conversations as we speak. If Deshaun Watson never left Houston, would he still be balling in the league right now? Joe Flacco this season, ladies and gentlemen, looked putrid in the first 4 weeks. That's on the left side of your screen as we speak, as a Cleveland Brown. I want you to focus on the quarterback ratings on the right side of each column. Look at how drastically it changes the next 4 weeks of the season as he's a Cincinnati Bengal. I mean, the guy threw for 470 yards on Sunday, folks, just last week against Chicago. He had 8 turnovers for the Cleveland Browns. He just had his first 2 interceptions for the Bengals in Week 8. That's a system problem. I understand, and I make the point myself, that the Bengals have absolutely way better receivers than the Cleveland Browns. It's night and day. But Jake Browning was terrible in the Bengals offense. Flacco is a 40-year-old veteran quarterback. You put him in a system with a target like Chase, he will know what to do. We don't have the system. We don't have the targets. Instead, we only have 2 rookie quarterbacks on our roster, and the starter sucks. That's the facts of the situation right now, folks. I think next year, you might literally be looking at fire everybody and start Shedeur. Because I'm trying to capitalize on this window, folks. We're not in a traditional rebuild. If we were, you would have seen everybody shipped out today. Instead, you saw nothing. You should have seen another piece acquired. We were in the playoffs 2 years ago, don't forget. And so, if Stefanski can't develop a quarterback, get him out of here. That's what you're looking at next year. I'm not kidding. And then Shedeur will be the starter once they figure out that Gabriel's not it. That's where we're at. Thanks for nothing on deadline day, Andrew Barry. Appreciate it. Known for being an aggressive GM. Didn't make a move today to bring anybody to Cleveland. Just sat there. Let's go watch the rest of the season, Browns fans. See what they got. Because they got nobody today. Grade the Browns trade day. What do you think? There's the move. Give me an A, B, C, D, or straight up failure. F in the comments section. To be honest, like I said, I don't mind the move. I mind the lack of moves. I'll give you a D. Pissed off. Browns fans, thank you for bearing with me here today on this NFL trade deadline, November 4th, Tuesday. Appreciate you all for staying Browns fans, just like me. We're going to get through this. We're going to be good eventually. My main point here is capitalize on this strong defense that we have. And so now that's going to be full off-season, free agency, NFL draft to right the ship on offense. That's what it is. Let's hope they deliver come off-season. Follow me on X at Joey070. Also, please subscribe to the Browns Report because I will cover you with Browns news every single day. Appreciate you all tuning in. You're a real one if you're a Browns fan and you're still watching. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you very shortly here on the Browns Report.